way. But I pray to a big God. Christians, we pray to a big God. Even people who are non-Christians, the spirit of love in this universe, which I think of as God, Jesus Christ, the ruler of this universe, is huge. He can change things in a second. So when I say like, oh, we're not going to end this today, maybe it will end today. Maybe it will end today. Last night, and that's just thinking big. I'm going to go ahead with my human mind and say, it probably won't happen. And God knows that. God knows we have a human mind. We see the things that are happening, and just give it up to Him. Be like, God, I don't see this as hopeful. And give it up to Him and ask Him for help. Ask Him for better understanding and better hope through this. He realizes that we're flawed, that we make little mistakes. But all the TIs out there that I know, we may make little mistakes or something like that, but we're not butchers and killers like these other people are. I don't know where that comes from. So we just got to keep praying big. And last night, like the big Saturday night conference call, and I put the number. I'll go ahead and I'll put the number out, on this video. I'll go ahead and just give the TalkShoe number now. It's 724 744 724 444 7444. I think it's 724. It's either 744 444 7444 or I'm pretty sure it's 724 444 7444, and that'll get you to the TalkShoe line. Saturday nights at 9 p.m. There's a big Saturday night call with PAX, formerly FFCHS. The PIN code, the code to get in is you do 66339 pound. That's the code, 66339 pound. And then you just put in one pound if you don't have a code, a TalkShoe code. It's a great call. They're just talking about like what initiatives are going through, important information, defenses, and then there are other calls during the week, 724-444-7444. If I'm getting that wrong, somebody correct me. If it is 744-444-7444, but I'm pretty sure it's 724-444-7444. Lots of fours, and there are many calls during the week. People are starting to have them every day. I'm even thinking about doing a call, but these things really help. Last night, the moderator was saying how half of her chat board like fell off, and then it's like we were listening to a lady, and it had only been 4 hours through the call, and the call can last 5 hours. It'd been about 4.5 hours, and the call just shut down. So somebody's trying to stop us. Like, somebody's trying to stop those conference calls. I actually got on the big Saturday night call trying to put forward my idea of the Million TI March in 6 months, the time limit, and giving out my information for my channel. I realized when I went on another call with about 75 to 100 people during, I think on tonight there's a call. I don't know the code, but I'll try and post it on this video. I'll try and post the code for tonight's call on this video. And there's about 75 to 100 people on that call. It's about technology and defense, the defense of electronic harassment. I got on there and I gave out my channel, and I started getting a lot more comments, a lot more views. It was really good. So I was trying to do that and put out my information on the Saturday night call, and my call failed. So and I had said everything I kind of wanted to say, so it was okay, but it was kind of like I was like, yeah, and it's just my call failed. So I think that was either my torturers, or somebody cut me off. I don't know, but people are desperately trying to stop this information. My torturers try and stop the videos. they actually, on this camera, they got into one of my other applications that uses the camera and cut off the video. Like I just have photo and then all this other stuff, but I couldn't do regular video. So I had to go into my settings and turn off those other applications that gave them access to this. So they're desperately trying to cover up this information. Then they'll call me retarded and say bullshit and all this stuff. But why would they try and stop my videos? They're really trying to stop that video with the One Light EMS worker. And I know why, because that's a huge marlin jumping when you're fishing. You see that huge marlin if you're fishing for marlins jumping out in the ocean. That's a big one. That's a big one that can prove this to a lot of people, especially the DHS fusion centers. This stuff is coming to a close. Like our local legislature, our local, I'm getting a YouTube comment. I don't know, maybe positive, maybe negative. I do get a lot of negative comments. I don't know if they're perps or trolls or people who just don't trust me. But what I was saying is, I think a lot, I don't know, I sometimes get that feeling, I'm like, I'm still around. I've made like 300 and something videos, and they're all just me telling about my experiences and kind of my theories about this, trying to just get people to think about it. But really what I want y'all to know, because I watched William Cooper for so long, like when this started, and he wasn't right about everything, but the thing that he said was, look into it for yourself. Don't believe me. Look at the information for yourself. Be a critical thinker. So when I tell you, like, I'll give you guys ideas for defense and stuff like that, but you've got to experiment with what works for you. Like, you can try what I say: Altera whole house plugs, QA personal defenders, copper mesh, thermal blankets, grounding blankets that you can buy on Amazon. But you've got to be the one to experiment yourself with those things, and there are things out there that work. And I love Bill Cooper. I love his philosophy on, go out there and look it up for yourself. Just be a critical thinker. And I just want y'all to know it's not like a cakewalk. Like, I'm not, I'm experiencing a lot of pain. It's very hard for me to run my own life. But I feel like God has given me the strength to make these videos, to keep going, to realize that He's given me a lot of realizations along the way about how this is going to work. To save myself, and my whole life, I've wanted to help people. I haven't really cared about helping myself much, because when you help others, you help yourself. In this, it's been so, it's been that life, but magnified a lot. Because with this, when you help other TIs, you're helping yourself. When you're helping other people to be strong and speaking about this, or speaking to their family, or just getting through it if their family doesn't believe them, or just getting through it if they're being smashed by this, you're helping yourself. And like I said, we're dealing with this. We're dealing with the torture all day long in our regular lives. And I know a lot of people maybe don't speak out, or maybe don't even know that they're being tortured. But the deal is, if we're going to, and like I said it on the video yesterday, if we're going to have to deal with this all the time and be tortured and have remote neural monitoring and V2K, we might as well be putting out videos. It's not going to do any good to stay silent anymore. And I don't think it ever was. Nobody's going to give you a super cookie for keeping your mouth shut and being tortured. They're going to go harder on you. And if it, like these guys, like, I feel for them. I don't think it's their fault. They come out and they're like, well, I have schizophrenia. Maybe some people do, and they see this. Maybe there is that in the world. But this program is for real. There is gang stalking. There is electronic harassment. This technology does exist. And I just feel very sorry for guys who, would say they're schizophrenic while this is going on, because once that happens, if they really just start believing that and that's it, they're gonna be hurt way worse than somebody who is aware of the technology, is aware that this can be stopped, and keeps moving forward. I may struggle. My attackers don't like it that I'm speaking out. They do punish me. They do get scared because of that, or scared, or just want to shut me up or whatever. And I do get it. I get it pretty hard. But if the other way, I get it just as hard. They'd be laughing about it. They wouldn't work so hard on it. They'd be laughing, and if I didn't accept it, and I was just like, oh well, I'm not going to work on this because it can't be beaten or anything like that. They'd still be hurting me. They'd still be, shooting me with the microwaves and stuff like that. So I've realized, and God has given me a perception that to beat this, to save my own life and to save my family and friends, I have to help you guys. Y'all have to help me. That's the only way it's going to work. This isn't going to be, I mean, comment if you disagree with me, but I don't think that 1TI is going to take their situation and have a court case, and then that's going to blow it open for everybody else. I just don't think that's going to happen. I think it's going to take us as a community taking steps, or doing a huge civil suit, or going and doing a big campaign in Washington. God has put those things in my heart that it's like one person can be very easily discounted. I mean, we've all seen that. That's not even faith. I mean, we've seen how one person alone talking about this can be very easily discounted by even your own family. So the way to go is to help other TIs. And it's like, at this point, I don't know what God has in store for me. I don't know. I hope that God has in store for y'all long lives and freedom and life. I don't know what God has in store for me. I don't care. I know what He wants me to do. I don't know if my family will always think I'm crazy or I'll be vindicated. I don't care. Like, I'm following God now. I know that what I'm doing helps people. They've told me this to my face, and people who've helped me. Like, when they tell me that I'm helping them, I'm thinking, wow, this person's helping me. And it's a great positive experience in that way. So please get into that. Please get into helping other TIs. And like, I'm not, a lot of TIs I'm not giving advice to, because, they could show me a thing or two. These people that are making really good videos, they're getting support, they're giving support. I've learned it from them, so I'm doing it, and it spreads. And it spreads. You've seen how this program spreads. You've seen how insanity spreads. Now let's spread something good back. And the more we spread the good back, the more that it can fight this darkness, this insanity, this non-thinking, selfishness, murder, all this bad, crazy stuff, caring just about money and not people. The more that we spread goodness through each other, through those conference calls, and people are trying to stop that. People with this program, they're trying to shut that stuff down, because they know it's dangerous. They know we're getting close. So I hope I didn't get too much off track. I do think nobody's really said that. I think a couple of people maybe on comments have been like, have called me a shill maybe. I just ignore it. I just ignore that. I think I've made a lot of videos, and I've made them consistently, even when, I'll be getting hit in the chest. Like right now I'm getting hit in the chest, or I'll be getting hit in the neck or whatever, and I'm still making the video. Y'all have seen videos where I'm driving out in the morning and I can barely talk or remember what I'm going to talk about because I've been tortured so hard during the night, and they're doing stuff to my head while I'm making the videos, and I still want to make the videos. Stumbling and fumbling, speaking with a shaky voice. If you're telling the truth and you're trying to create love in your world, you do it with a shaking voice. I mean, that's what God has taught me. That's what my family has taught me. That's what this country has taught me. And lately I have been kind of like, if I feel real bad, I'll stay away from making a video, which I need to stop. I need to just make them if I feel bad. God understands that. God understands how hard this is, that it's torture. that your friends don't believe you, that he understands all